AITAH for ending a friendship over an April Fool's prank and kicking my former friend off of a vacation? Hi, I, 20M, ended a friendship a few days ago on April Fool's Day over a prank that I thought went way too far. My now former friend, 21M, agreed to feed my roommates, 20M, and I's cats that night since I went out with my girlfriend, and my roommate was working on a project at one of his classmates' dorms. We trusted him before, he lives in the same apartment building as us, so it's basically a quick elevator ride up. He was fine the first few times feeding them, basically we pay $10, it takes him 5 minutes to feed them. He also was a part of our friend group, hanging out on weekends and stuff like that. Well, that all changed. About 5 minutes after feeding time, he texted my roommate and I had a group chat that Vado got out. I was concerned, and I had to end the date early. My GF came back with me since we were not seated or anything yet. My roommate also rushes back. My roommate beats us to the apartment. He's frantically searching under beds and behind furniture. His cat was also noticeably a bit freaked out. We start to knock on doors. This goes on for a half hour. After no luck, my former friend says he is going to check the next floor and give me a bit of a break. I don't take the break and start to search the bottom floor and outside. After not finding him, I go back upstairs. I called the building manager to keep a lookout for him, but then I started to bawl my eyes out. It was the first time I cried in front of my GF. I really thought that my cat escaped. My cat means the world to me. About 10 minutes later, the former friend knocks on the door with my cat in his crate. He starts to giggle and says April Fools. I was pissed, and he was the only one who found it funny. My roommate was about to fight him in the hallway. I had to hold him back and my GF was close to filing a police report. He just ended up going back to his apartment, and my roommate, GF, helped calm me down. My roommate is very protective of me. We have known each other since first grade and he's seen me go through some stuff. He texted the former friend that he is kicked out of our summer vacation we have planned to Toronto, and he will never hang out with him again. Not only did the former friend more or less steal my cat, he also had to have went into my bedroom and closet to get my cat's crate, both spaces I told him that are off limits multiple times. The only people allowed in my bedroom are my roommate and my GF. When I opened the closet it was a mess, cloths off the hangers, stuff knocked over. He texted me begging me to tell my roommate to change his mind about the vacation, but I said no. Not only was cat taken, but he also violated my privacy by going into my bedroom and especially closet. It is important to note, he did not even pay his portion yet. Well, fast forward a few days. Most of our friend group ghosted him. They came out with stories of him being an asshole one-on-one, or when he gets drunk. He still has a few friends, but most people think he went too far since everyone knows how much my cat means to me. I ended up inviting another guy from my class. We are friends, but he is not really a part of our group. He has met my roommate and GF multiple times, and it's been a fun time every time. I was a bit shy at first, since he has his own group of friends, but we ended up chatting until 4 AM about some serious life stuff the other night, and I knew it was the right thing. I plan to introduce him to the rest this weekend. So now former friend is pissed. He did get his passport for this trip, but noting was set in stone since he did not pay his portion. He is telling me I'm a massive asshole, and he's even called my friend from class some things behind his back that I won't tolerate. So I, 20M, ended a friendship a few days ago on April Fool's Day over a prank that I thought went way too far. My now former friend, 21M, agreed to feed my roommates, 20M, and I's cats that night since I went out with my girlfriend, and my roommate was working on a project at one of his classmates' dorms. We trusted him before, he lives in the same apartment building as us, so it's basically a quick elevator ride up. He was fine the first few times feeding them, basically we pay $10, it takes him 5 minutes to feed them. He also was a part of our friend group, hanging out on weekends and stuff like that. Well, that all changed. About 5 minutes after feeding time, he texted my roommate and I had a group chat that Vado got out. I was concerned, and I had to end the date early. My GF came back with me since we were not seated or anything yet. My roommate also rushes back. My roommate beats us to the apartment. He's frantically searching under beds and behind furniture. His cat was also noticeably a bit freaked out. We start to knock on doors. This goes on for a half hour. After no luck, my former friend says he is going to check the next floor and give me a bit of a break. I don't take the break and start to search the bottom floor and outside. After not finding him, I go back upstairs. I called the building manager to keep a lookout for him, but then I started to bawl my eyes out. It was the first time I cried in front of my GF. I really thought that my cat escaped. My cat means the world to me. About 10 minutes later, the former friend knocks on the door with my cat in his crate. He starts to giggle and says April Fools. I was pissed, and he was the only one who found it funny. My roommate was about to fight him in the hallway. I had to hold him back, and my GF was close to filing a police report. He just ended up going back to his apartment, and my roommate, GF, helped calm me down. My roommate is very protective of me. We have known each other since first grade, and he's seen me go through some stuff. He texted the former friend that he is kicked out of our summer vacation we have planned to Toronto, and he will never hang out with him again. Not only did the former friend more or less steal my cat, he also had to have went into my bedroom and closet to get my cat's crate, both spaces I told him that are off limits multiple times. The only people allowed in my bedroom are my roommate and my GF. When I opened the closet, it was a mess, cloths off the hangers, stuff knocked over. He texted me begging me to tell my roommate to change his mind about the vacation, but I said no. Not only was cat taken, but he also violated my privacy by going into my bedroom and especially closet. It is important to note, he did not even pay his portion yet. Well, fast forward a few days. Most of our friend group ghosted him. They came out with stories of him being an asshole one-on-one, or when he gets drunk. He still has a few friends, but most people think he went too far since everyone knows how much my cat means to me. I ended up inviting another guy from my class. We are friends, but he is not really a part of our group. He has met my roommate and GF multiple times, and it's been a fun time every time. I was a bit shy at first, since he has his own group of friends, but we ended up chatting until 4 a.m. about some serious life stuff the other night, and I knew it was the right thing. I plan to introduce him to the rest this weekend. So now former friend is pissed. He did get his passport for this trip, but noting was set in stone since he did not pay his portion. He is telling me I'm a massive asshole, and he's even called my friend from class some things behind his back that I won't tolerate. So AITAH? Former friend, as well as someone backing him up, says I overreacted since my cat was fine and I should have just laughed it off, but I found that to be a clear violation of trust as well as privacy going into my bedroom and closet. I don't want to be staying a week in a house with someone who I can't trust in a foreign country, especially since we will be drinking. Former friend, as well as someone backing him up, says I overreacted since my cat was fine and I should have just laughed it off, but I found that to be a clear violation of trust as well as privacy going into my bedroom and closet. I don't want to be staying a week in a house with someone who I can't trust in a foreign country, especially since we will be drinking.